everyone, my name's Odotmaster and welcome to Aska. So Aska is a colony building survival game based around Vikings. And I've recorded this intro a couple times because Aska's being weird and my computer's being weird. So don't mind me giggling at some things that are going to happen again because I know they're going to happen. But basically, early game, you are a Viking that got, instead of escaping the evil things that were chasing you, you got thrown into this world and you have no idea what's going on and you need to survive. So our goal is to get, as in the beginning, is to get as much resource as possible because you want to be strong, and then as you get stronger and build more equipment and, you know, kind of become more of a chieftain, you can then have your people work for you. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna collect absolutely every stone we see because you need a bunch of stones to start off with, and I only have 9, and I think I need like 14 to even begin to do the beginning stuff. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna run around, collect stone on the beach because it's easier to find on the beach. And then as we start getting more and more stone, and I am hitting Z so that I can see everything because it lights everything yellow, so it's a lot easier to find. We're gonna get stone, we're gonna get some sticks. And you see every once in a while something pops up that's like, congratulations, you learned how to roll. Those are considered deeds, and what they do is they allow you to customize your Viking, so you can change the tattoos, the style, all of that. At this point, we don't even have a village yet, so I am not worried about it. The starting point of the game is to run around and collect resources. So we're doing that. One of the big resources that I'm trying to get is sticks, and also looking for flax. Flax allows us to get fiber, which allows us to do basically everything in the game. It's really important. So one of the other important resources, I think it's right up here, is to get a cave. So you can't do anything with the cave early on, but your goal is to build a village, and you want to build a village somewhere that's kind of important. It has a good mix of things, and it's easy to access everything. Well, the big important part of caves are they actually provide you iron or metal. I can't remember what it's called, but I call it iron. And once you get iron in the game, you can unlock better tools. You can unlock more interesting things. And the better the tools are, the better. So say I'm going to go hit a tree. I can't, well, one, I have no axe at all, but can you imagine if I turned around and tried to chop this down with a little tiny stone axe? It's not going to do anything. So the very first stone axe that I'm going to make, and I'm pretty sure this is a cave. Please be a cave. That'd be really nice. Yeah. The very first stone axe I'm going to make is for this tree. So let's make that really quick. We need some rope. We need some stone. And we need to make everything in this first little bit. So stone axe, stone pickaxe. I already made the hoe, a wooden hammer, and we're just going to get a lot of annoying. Not annoying. It gets annoying after a while. But all the deed noises where it's like, wah, wah. Perfect. Okay. Oh, I think that's a wolf den over there. Oh boy. So in the game, there's different things to interact with. This is let me go to the front of it so you guys can see. When I hit Z, it makes everything yellow, and you can interact with it. So we can interact with this front part of the cave. We can eventually, and actually pretty soon, we can build a cave entrance. So we can go down and mine the iron and all of that. Mining the iron does come with risks because there are monsters down there. So the game does kind of force you to, hey, you've got to build this first, you got to build this first. So what we're going to do is we're going to get more stones. I'm going to go check out and see if this is a wolf den, because if this is, I'm going to build this side. I don't trust anything. As far as interactables go, yep, this is a wolf den. So there's different things. There's like cemeteries, there's wolf dens, there's what's called Draugr fields. That's how I pronounce it. Sorry if that's not how it's actually pronounced. That's how I'm going to do it. This is a wolfar. Then all of those red things that are chasing me are not friends. They're not food either. They are, well, they'll be food eventually. But they're scary for now because I have a little tiny knife that does like no damage. So if you see, once I get to about here, they stop tracking me. So that means if we have a villager wander any further in than this, we may end up with a dead villager. So that's always a fun thing. Okay, so our goal is to create a village. So let's scan around, because what I don't want is to start building the village and then run into a wolf den, and then I've messed everything up. So looking on this side. Hi. Oh no. So if you see in the distance that long stone going out of the ground, that's a cemetery, and that's a skeleton. So we're not building there. How far away? Oh, that's really close. So I could look for another cave. Problem is, there's not very many on the map, and this is really close to the water, which is super helpful because those reed things that were turning up yellow earlier are really important. So I think the best... Okay, so let's hit the map real quick. So we have this, and we have this. And forward is just hopefully beach. Actually, I should check that out before I say anything. Let me wander forward. So there is a little white bar at the bottom that you can see going up and down. That is my stamina. Once you run out of we're good. We're not being chased. I was like, oh no, we're just chasing deer. But once you run out of stamina, you can't run or do anything. Okay, this way looks clear. Yeah. There's a lot of herbivores, actually, so this might be a good place, because they do have hunters and all that kind of cool stuff. I really enjoy this game, and I've played it a few times, so once we get over the intro stuff, we'll be doing some fun, hopefully fun things. So what it's looking like is there's a cemetery here. Here. There's a wolf den here. So it's looking like we're going to build on this side so as not to immediately die. What's cool is you can fight like the cemetery and the wolf den, and it'll pause them. So if you defeat the boss for them, it'll pause it so that it's not constantly producing things. The problem is the things it produces is like wolves and stuff, which is food. But you can also like tame wolves later on. Oh, I gotta pick this up. Anything that's red, you've gotta get rid of. Well, I want to tame wolves, but it's really hard to tame wolves when you are barely starting and all that. So I don't want to destroy the wolf den, but I also don't want to get my villagers eaten by it. So let's chop down this little baby tree for some sticks. And then we need more stone. Oh, more sticks. Always good to have sticks. We're going to run out of sticks so much in this beginning. So these little natural water collectors are super important. They give the water for the entire village. The more you have of them in the beginning area, the better. Ooh, I'll just take a free stone. I'm going to go chop the stone clump down, though. So water reservoirs are how you eventually make into a well, basically. So instead of only being able to use it once, you turn around and you can use it multiple times. I think it's 40 that it stacks up to. And it'll slowly replenish over time. To my knowledge, they don't run out. I've never had them run out. There has been an update since, but it didn't say anything about that. I am excited to explore around because there's a new biome I haven't seen, but past that, I didn't read anything. So the more wells you have, the better, which is why we have one here, one over there, and two over here. Right here. Yeah, 1, 2. It's better to do buildings that need the water closer to the water. So fire isn't really needed, so I kind of put it in the middle of all of them. But fires are super important because they keep your people warm, so it's good to have them kind of at the center. We made the simple fire. We upgraded to the campfire. Now it's a shelter and a rain collector. I'm going to go ahead and put the rain collector over here because the rain collector works kind of like the natural water, except it just with the rain refills. It's not an automatic refill. Okay, so we need 3 more sticks and 3 logs. Let's chop this down because we don't have enough logs from the other one. Or long sticks, pardon, not logs. Logs are a thing later. We just can't do that yet. So we're going to build our first shelter. Shelters aren't the end-all to be-all. You don't want to build everything into a shelter because shelters are horrible in the winter and horrible when it rains. And They're a good starter, and this game does make you build all the starting things before you can build the advanced stuff. So it's not like I can immediately turn around and go, oh, I'm going to build endgame materials because I know what I'm doing. Nope, it locks it behind making sure you're actually prepared for it. Cool. We got everything, so it's going to turn color. We're going to pound it with our little hammer we got. I ran out of stamina because building does take stamina. And as we get better, how fast everything goes will go better. So right now we're hitting about 9 to 10% a hit. Soon it'll be more than that. But there we go. There's our rain collector, which now I believe unlocks wells. But also we need to build a shelter to do anything else, so I might as well do that. Shelters are important to have, like housing and where they hang out. So again, village simulator. So when you, or colony simulator, it's basically make a village. So when you turn around and you get your people, you want them to gather in areas that have resources. So if I had no wells in this space, or even building farms or cookeries that need it, if I didn't have wells in this space, I would not be putting cookeries or even really having anything here. Water is so important, and the cookers rip through water. So I'm probably actually, with that double water source, going to put a cooker near there, because it's advanced cooking. We'll get there, but you can make stews and soups and stuff that are amazing for your people. Okay, so we need 2 long sticks. I just chopped down a larger of the small trees, so it does give 3. So this one is in multiple stages, and my face is covering it, I realized after I started recording, but there's really no good place to put your face. So what I'll be doing is just kind of telling you guys what I'm seeing. So there are 3 stages to this. So first stage, cool, put down some sticks. The next stage, which takes forever to get to, is I need rope, which I can make a little bit more rope because I have the fiber on me, thankfully. So rope, we need 1 more long stick and a bunch of normal sticks. So we're going to collect the sticks from us chopping down the tree. And we're going to collect the long stick and actually perfectly have enough to finish this next stage. Thing is, this isn't the last stage. There's still 1 more. We're going to build it. And it does get easier. The first little bit is more challenging because you've got to manage your food and your water, and you don't have a lot of stuff. And for me, every noise in the forest makes you go, oh, because I'm scared I'm going to die. Even though I've played it, it still gets that little bit of just anxiety that most survival games give me. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go up here and ta-da. Yay! Okay, so our first shelter is done. Shelters are where you can, as a person, can sleep. So like I'm Ragnar, I believe is my name, but I'm not Aska. Aska is a girl character, and that's kind of what the game's labeled after. But I could sleep here, and it would heal me. So we're gonna go sleep, and you can see at the bottom, I'm very, very slowly healing. Little tick, tick, tick on my bar at the bottom. I'm gonna wait till we're fully healed, and then we're good. So I could sleep there. But this is also a place where you could have villagers sleep. Like I said before, it's not really a good one, but it is a place. So I do want to at least mark where all the water wells are going to be. Not necessarily build them, but I want to... hello. It's like control's not working. I do want to mark them because it's really important to know where all your wells are. And when I get my first person, they will run around and try to collect the stuff to make this. So if there's sticks on the ground or whatever, they will collect, because that's what you need for the wells, is you need sticks and stones. They will actually collect it. So what we're going to do is we're going to... there we go. That's a lot of wells in a very small area. Cool. That's awesome. Alright, so we're not worried about that yet, but there are 4 of these well things. I'm going to go ahead and now do what the game actually wanted me to do, which is what's called the Eye of Odin. So the Eye of Odin is where everyone spawns from. I try to put it in the middle of my village just because it makes it easier. And it means I can find it. So there are 2 stages to this one. So we need 3 more rock, 8 sticks, 2 long sticks. So you can see this says young fir and it says hold and you can harvest it. Anything that says you can harvest it means you have the correct tools. This game is locked behind, oh, you have to have a bigger axe to chop down this tree, because it'd be kind of crazy if I could just walk up to any tree and this little tiny stone axe, made of not very not very hard to find materials and just chop down any tree. Yeah, the wisps are going to continue to bug me until I get a little further in because it thinks I need help. I was going to say, this is not close enough to set you off. Go away. Okay, can't build much further this way because there's wolves. Alright. So we're just going to get this material done. I really enjoy this game because once you get, not good enough, but you get enough experience in it and you've played it enough, you're like, okay, I'm going to speed run this first little bit, and then it's kind of RNG luck for what people you get. So people can have traits. They have 4 different traits, and it can be anything from, oh, they're really good at night, or they're a really good hunter, or whatever that is, right? And then it can range for really fun stuff, like, I'm a really good stone picker, but I drink a lot of water. Or I'm really good at hunting, or really good at catching stuff, but I eat a lot of food. So it's never, even if you play the same map, even if you play, the same character, the same start, you build your buildings the same, your game's never going to be exactly the same, which is one of the fun parts for me. And it sucks when you get somebody that because you only get to pick a person based on the 2 of their traits. So if you look at somebody and they're like, I'm a good hunter and I'm cold resistant, and you're like, oh, this is going to be the best person ever, and you get them, and then you find out that they're scared of the dark, or they're scared of thunderstorms, which thunderstorms and water happen a lot in this game. Like, rain and thunder is very common. And so then the person's just constantly grumpy because they're like, I don't like this. So, I mean, and there's ways to move around that, because you just build them a nice home. Like, you wouldn't put somebody scared of thunder in this little tiny shelter over here. That would just be terrifying. So there's ways to move around it, but in the beginning game, it's a little... You can get real sad real fast if you get a really poor person for your first person. Because what I'm building now is called the Eye of Odin. This is how you summon people. And so once we get this built, I will actually summon somebody. Boom. Oh, yeah. So we built it, but now we need 2 of the stones. It's almost like I knew this would happen. Yay! The people do help, but you do have to feed them. So we are going to summon somebody, but we're going to have to be really careful and make sure that they have food in their inventory, because right now we have no real way to cook or store or hand them food. So you just kind of got to shove it in their inventory for a little bit, but we'll get that fixed. Da-da-da! This thing looks super cool, and it is actually, I'm going to hit on the map. It is the only thing that I actually keep selected on my house, because then, I mean, if you're looking at the map, something purple and squiggly, if you look at the top bar, yeah, I can definitely tell that it looks like a little spider. I'm going to be paying attention to that. So you put 5 Jotun blood in, and I'll show you how you get Jotun blood in a second. You activate it. Oh, this is new. You can recall one of the villagers you have lost, but you have to have a tier 3. So you can get a better Eye of Odin, which is the summoning portal, as you get more villagers. So as you get more villagers, you can create like militias. So, okay, something's attacked, and the watchtower told us something's going to attack. Well, the villagers that are in the militia are all going to go attack. So this is what I was talking about, where there's some bad things. So I'm weather sensitive, and I have reduced productivity during heavy rain. I'm a natural born hunter, but I eat a lot with a hearty appetite. This one says, I possess exceptional speed and efficiency when felling trees, and I do well in the daylight. We're going to take him. I'm hoping only has 2 traits. Like I said, the rest of these are question marks. So in 3 minutes, if you look on the right side, 3 minutes, we'll find out if he's good or not. Oh boy. Okay, but we built the shelter. We built the Eye of Odin. So now it's wanting me to build all of the resources. So anything that's grayed out, I can't build. But there's 3 things that we're going to start with. There's woodcutters, stonecutters, and gatherer's pit. Woodcutters, you kind of want in the middle of trees. Because if they're not in the middle of trees, there's like a little flag that spawns with it. The flag won't tell the people in the woodcutter's hut to chop anything. So I'm going to try to get this as far into here as I can, because this is a good area, and I think over the hill is some birch trees. Hopefully. No? Am I crazy? I may have to move her. No, they're right there. I don't want to build on this side because isn't this that? Yeah, it's right with the cemetery. That's fine. We'll build here. I'm trying to also, not only am I trying to get the birch, I'm also trying to make sure that we're far enough away from the wolf den and such that we're not getting murdered. So first thing you got to do anytime you create a new spot is you have to level it, because it has to be level in order to place the building. So we're going to make the woodcutter's hut and then the gatherer's pit. That's the one I usually do next. Oh, I guess I'm going to mark this to be a well. I'm not going to complain. Okay, so we gave it all the rope it needed, so now it needs 5 sticks and 2 long sticks. Well, guess what we get from this young fir right here? At least 2 long sticks, hopefully 5 sticks, we'll find out. And for now, there is this stump that's left over. I am not worried about it. Eventually, we'll start picking it up because it gives us firewood, and firewood lets us make things last longer, like the campfire that we have, but it also allows you to turn it into coal, which is super important. But for now, I don't have the inventory space. I'm not worried about it. Boom! That was actually that's the fastest I've made one of those. Yay! Woodcutter's hut is done. This is where you can store excess sticks and such, and this is also where you can assign people to be woodcutters. This little flag that spawns, that's the whole area that they're going to go to harvest. Ooh, that might be a little close to the wolfar. We'll find out. We'll find out. I really don't want to defeat the wolfars this early. I don't think I can. I don't have good enough equipment. Okay, there's that. So let's build the gatherer's pit. The gatherer's pit is best to build in an open area with lots of resources. We found out when we ran this direction that it's just empty there. So why can I? So if you see the outlines, I can't place it anywhere that it's not gonna, there's an outline. Okay, we're gonna pause real quick. We just got our first person, so you have to assign them a shelter. So you click on the shelter. Yeah, I don't need to. Thank you. And you make them so they're no longer homeless. Cool. So it looks like they're good at chopping wood. So let's see here. So good in the daylight, good at breaking trees, bad at stone. That's fine. Good at winter. If you see, it's winter huntsman, so during the winter he'd be a good hunter. I really don't take the time to reassign people in each season. And then they recover faster from being hurt and tired and exhausted. So currently, they're on the schedule. So if you look at 7:15, so it's like right here. So it's leisure, so he can do whatever he wants. But between 8 and 20, so if you are like me and you don't do the 24-hour clock, it's between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. that they sit there and work. And that's normally how the daylight people go. So what this person will do right now, because we didn't assign them a job yet, because I honestly don't in the beginning. I like to assign the people to the gatherer's hut, because then they go and pull food, and then they have food in their inventory, and I don't have to worry about it until I get the cooking hut. But what this person's going to do is at 8 o'clock, so if you look in the upper right, right underneath spring, they are going to get going on helping us build. So they'll pick up stuff off the ground and carry it over, all of that wonderful things that help. So right now they should start their day. They also do gather water, so they make sure their water skin is full. Yep, so they're picking up sticks to put them in here. Oh, I should make some more rope. I have enough fiber for the start at least. I may need to chop down another tree because I need more long sticks and sticks. But this is the start of the game. And we've actually come pretty far. We have a whole, 5 buildings done. So, oh, he's grabbing other long sticks I forgot I had. All right, thank you. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here. We have 1 villager. It is day 1. This is one of the fastest cave spawns I've had. And I will see you all next time. Bye!